So, for those who haven't seen Marvel Rising, can you explain to them where does this fit into the Marvel Universe? Who are these young people we see?
So, Marvel Rising Secret Warriors is a group of ragtag superheroes, less well-known superheroes, trying to make a difference and an impact in their community. You have Miss Marvel, who worships and adores Captain Marvel. You have Patriot, who worships and adores Captain America. And you have Daisy, head of one of the lead members of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they all come together and really just try, and I think they're all trying to find themselves, make a name for themselves, especially with, Miss Marvel and Captain and Patriot, having those mantles or those people that they look up to who they're trying to emulate. So really just trying to figure out how they can find their own path and do their own thing, and where this fits in the universe. It kind of stands on its own, it doesn't affect any of the MCU films, or isn't affected by any of the MCU films. So it's definitely a standalone, and it's for the younger generation, for them to have a nice introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is like the future Avengers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So Ironheart has Iron Man, and then Patriot has Captain America, and Miss Marvel has Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
How do they navigate, these people that have these legacies and are still around?
Yeah.
How do they navigate that process of becoming themselves and valuing what they've learned from their mentors, but also finding themselves like you talked about?
It takes time, and I think that's one thing that the audience will see as the show progresses. As we look into the lives of these characters, we will see those internal battles. For Patriot, you've seen it a little bit so far, and he's really kind of breaking out of that. The pressure, that chip on his shoulder. To prove that he deserves to be there. Living in that shadow. He's really now focusing on where he is, his path, his journey. Miss Marvel's the same way, she doesn't have the same powers as him, and I think that's one of the differences between Miss Marvel and Patriot. Patriot, he has the shield. The shield is really the big symbolism for Captain America. Miss Marvel, she has a different ability. So it kind of forces her to have her own path anyway. She can't fly. She doesn't have those projectiles, so she has to operate differently. So who else did you say? You said
Ironheart.
Ironheart, yes. Her as well, trying to figure out, she has a different AI system. So, even in that respect, it's different. It's not Jarvis. It's her own created AI. And, I think it's really, finding yourself. And I think that really impacts the actions that you take, the decisions that you make. So I think for all of them, it's always going to be a learning experience. And like you said, because they're still alive, they're still building on their legacy. It's always going to be very difficult to ever kind of overshadow them or get out of their shadow. But if you have that mentality where you have to make your own path, then it's less about being in their shadow,
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then in this show, it's so revolutionary. You have women with different body types, you have males and females, and it's a level playing field. Everyone's equal. What do you hope that little boys who are watching are taking from it?
I just want little boys to really understand that just because you're not at the forefront doesn't mean you're forgotten. This is a female driven show, and I feel like my character Patriot, I'm a team player, so you have to give people the opportunity to shine, and you don't have to block anybody's shine for you to shine. In you operating in that, this is a female driven show, let them lead the way. that you stand out anyway still, because you know you are a male, and just your outlook and your perspective on it. So I would just want little boys to really understand that it's okay that for a woman to take charge sometimes, you know, especially because in the world, you know, society, we know that that's not necessarily the case all the time. So you know, that's why I feel like this show is really great. It's great for little girls as well, for them to be able to take charge and not be afraid to take charge, and then for boys to be able to operate under them, you know, and take direction and guidance from them, you know.
Awesome. That's a really good life lesson. I'm excited.
Definitely. So, you know, to any of the little boys out there listening, like, it's okay, you know, to let a girl lead, you know. You each have something to bring to the table, and that's the big thing, is that as long as if you're in that position of power, that you don't think that you're above taking advice or counsel, or if you're below and you know you don't want to take direction, then you'll never get anywhere. But if you both have that willingness to listen to each other, then you know you can accomplish anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. This is awesome.